Welcome to Cooking Up Good Times, the series where we plate up personalities, have a side order of great food, and even better good times.
We've travelled all the way down to Brentwood. We're at the Thatchers Arms today, and we have got the alleged absolute governor, Tom Skinner.
The alleged? There's only one absolute governor, and that's me, lads. How are you?
Good man, you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Right, guys, this is going to be different class. I'm taking down to my local pub, Brendon Jaydon, absolute legends. I love these two, watching their journey, and I'm going to show them my favourite dinner, the lovely steak and ale pie with the mashed potatoes and the carrots, and of course a little bit of gravy. And we never looked at me before. Guys, we're going to do it.
Let's do it.
3, 2, 1.
Oh,
Come in, lads, come in.
let's go.
Right, look at this, lads. Proper pie.
Hey, look at that.
You've treated us to a lovely one here.
Oh, thank you, Lisa.
So much.
Look at that.
Hot plate. Yeah, I got asbestos hands done.
So look, steak and ale pie, absolute governor. Lovely cream mash. Of course, we've got some nice carrots. The peas, a little bit of long stem broccoli. And you know me, I never look when I'm poor, because I am the absolute governor.
How long's it took you?
Try and do the same.
Yeah. Don't get down your shirt.
My own, I've got stuff to be doing today. We'll end up down my shirt. Longer.
How long's it took you to learn that then, Tom?
Mate, you can't practice genius, do you know what I mean? It's just sort of one of the things that happens. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Right, let's get straight into it. So, Tom, clearly you are a well-known person at the moment. You've done all sorts. So, Apprentice, obviously, what's going on very, very soon. So, for people that don't know at home, someone that's going to be clicking, thinking, who was Tom Skinner? Exactly that. Who is Tom Skinner?
Yeah.
Well,
Bit of an overview, yeah.
So, I am Tom Skinner, probably best known for going on The Apprentice in 2019. Didn't win it. In fact, I lost 7 out of 8 tasks.
was it that minute?
Yeah, I got to week number 8 out of the 10 weeks.
Yeah.
And I ended up, people liked me, but I wasn't very good on the tasks. Do you know what I mean? So we done well. It opened my eyes to, I suppose, a bit of a platform. But I'm a market trader from Romford.
Yeah,
I've worked in the markets my whole life. Sell bed. I mean, they're in a commodity I haven't sold, lads. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm always at the grafting, and I can't say no. Even now, like, done Strictly Come Dancing last week, and before I was going train, I was out in the van delivering mattresses. It's just what I do. But yeah, done a bit of TV work. Love a pint on a Friday. Love me family. Love me kids. Love a nice steak and ale pie down at Thatchers Arms.
Gotta be done.
I mean, I've known you for a long time. Brendan knows, like, I used to say all your catchphrases. I've got your book, absolutely everything. So when I look back at, like, my early entrepreneurial career, it was a lot of me trying to pretend to say the word Bosch and thinking I was from Brentwood. Watching you on the Apprentice, because when you was
With a
on the
dodgy
Apprentice,
Brummy accent, yeah.
we were very, very dodgy Brummy accent, and I keep saying the certain C word that everyone says in Essex. But so, because when you was on the Apprentice, that would have been 2018, 19. So I would have been like 16 years old, watching that at home, about to go into college, and like, so. Anyway, it's great to have you on.
Thanks for having me.
Anyway, we are definitely cooking up good times today, aren't we?
We are. I think when I remember watching it on The Apprentice, and me and my wife, like you've just said, we loved you on it. So what I liked about it was no one else could sell. So you did all the selling. So you say you lost 7 out of 8 tasks, but you was good at selling. So what I want to know is, obviously we're here eating dinner today. We know that you're partial to a Sunday roast.
Yeah.
You do your bit of cooking on socials. You've now got a Traeger.
Oh yeah.
What's one moment in your life? Because obviously there's like, everyone's got a moment in their life that they remember having a meal or meeting with someone and having some food that they've enjoyed. And like one moment that they can pick out. What's one moment for you around food that you remember? And it's maybe a bit of like a memory.
Nice story, like.
I remember the day my wife told me she was pregnant with our first child, Henry, and she was working as a PA in the city at the time, and I'd been out in my van, and she rang me and said, I've cooked a lovely bit of dinner for us. I went, oh, fantastic, what you done? And she does this Cajun chicken pasta with, it's actually beautiful, yeah? it don't take long. It's literally pasta, chicken, Cajun, bit of creamy sauce, but it's different glass. And it's like a staple Tuesday night dinner. And I come home from work, she's indoors, we're sitting there having a bit of dinner. And she went, oh, this come in the post for you. And it was a little envelope. I said, to Tom Skinner. She's like, but there's no stamp on it, give it to me. And I thought, what's this? Like that. And I opened it, and it was a pregnancy text, Sam pregnant. So I shut it back up again. I went, I don't know.
So you found
That's either a man's dream or a man's nightmare.
No, and then I joked, and I went, and she went, I'm pregnant, and I was over the moon. And I just remember that dinner. It was just one of the happiest dinners of my life. Because I found out I was going to become a dad. And at the time, we'd just moved to a little cottage in Brentwood, and we just got and that week when I got a bigger car, when I bought all the pram, it was like the best little time. And that dinner was just, I'll never forget. Never forget.
Yeah. And that's exactly what we're trying to do here today. There's so many stories. I mean, when I look back on my life, when you look back on your life, and that lovely story that you've just told there's so many different stories around our life when we look back. But I feel like we can always associate some kind of food to it, or that like sentiment of I remember back in the day when you used to have this, and it brings you way back to like 20 years ago. I just think it's fascinating why we can combine those two things. Like.
Yeah, I'm a bit like that with a pie, to be honest, because I remember like going around my nan's as a kid, and my great nan, my nanny Ivy, she passed away now, of course.
Sorry, mate.
That's all right. She probably, well, I don't know how old she would have been now. Yeah. But we'd all hang round my nan's house, and she used to do a meat and potato pie. Or she'd stand there making her own pastry and all sorts. And everyone would argue over the leftover pastry. Because she'd always do like a sheet of pastry and like break it up and give it to everyone. And we'd all be arguing over who wants to have the pastry and stuff. Yeah.
Right, so quick fire questions, and I think you are the perfect man to ask. You encapsulate everything, entrepreneurship. But, I mean, you've been on MasterChef. I think food's a really, really big staple in your life. So, 5 quick-fire questions all about food. What have you got?
What is your guilty pleasure meal?
Pie, mash and liquor.
So what we're here...
Not this. Oh. This is different. So, it's an old East End tradition in South London. It's a meal, yeah?
I thought you meant pie, mash and liquor.
Yeah, liquor. So, they normally come upside down. When you go into the shop, a pie and mash shop or a pie and hill shop, there's a few of them about still. You go, I'll have a 2-2, which means two pies and 2 mash. And the liquor's the parsley sauce you put all over it.
Oh, okay.
And the pies come upside down normally. You put loads of chilli vinegar all over it and pepper. And it's my favourite meal. I used to go with my nan to a pie and mash shop when I was a little boy. My nanny Skinner, and it's my dad's favourite. It's just an old meal that we all love in our family.
Is it? I think I've seen it. It's like the gravy, like green. Maybe.
It's parsley sauce, it's liquor. It's different class. Honestly, you'd love it.
Pie, anything pie, mashed chips.
Well,
I just think it's such an Essex thing, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Really get that. Like we get pies like in country pubs around the Midlands, but when I come here in Essex, I mean.
Proper pie there. I've eaten all the meat out of my one already.
But were you saying about pie and mash? That's like a staple of London, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like
it's a well-known London dish. And
like tourists would come and want to go.
I'm going to take you to a proper pie and mash shop. You'd love it.
Yeah, man. Sounds like a plan.
We're talking about dinners with gravy all over it. You're a man that's definitely partial to a Sunday roast. So another quick fire question for you. What's your favourite type of meat on a Sunday roast?
Lamb.
Oh, my favourite.
That's not a very common answer, actually, lamb.
Lamb.
I don't even get that at the Toby Car of it by us.
You have to be rich to eat lamb.
I love lamb. Loads of garlic in it, bit of honey. Ooh.
I see you do. You have the kids all saying bosh when you ask them what the vegetables are.
Yeah.
You would always whipping up a roast.
One of my favourite things to do on a Sunday morning is to get up. So we're lucky our butchers is open Sunday morning. Not a lot of butchers are.
Yeah.
And we go to a Sunday morning, I take the kids and me, we go down, they pick out the meat, normally get a leg of lamb like that. And obviously you have a good deal with my butcher. Then you go, pardon me, so I'm burping now. Then we go to our local farm shop, and I go to the kids and go, what do you want to make? And it's good to learn, because my twins are only young, and they go, carrots, Daddy. And I go, lovely. They go, broccoli. I go, lovely. And then we go, so I want cheesy cauliflower. And I go, of course. And we go and pick it all out. And we try and buy sort of things that are grown in the UK as well, support the local, not at the supermarkets, at local farm shop. And Lumberjacks, by the way, he's in this farm shop as well, I see it. And
definitely a good farm shop then.
It's a good farm shop.
Plug in the business there. Plug in the
and always plug in. And we go home and we cook it all together, and my wife will do the dessert.
Nice. What does she do for dessert?
Normally she's good at an apple crumble. An apple crumble, and her crumble literally falls apart, mate. Oh, it's just so nice.
For winter dessert.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I think it's great as well, just to quickly add before we keep firing on some questions. It's them little memories and them little stories as well.
Yeah.
I know your kids are only young, but that's something they're going to remember for a lifetime.
yeah,
I remember being at home cooking with mum and dad, because they're going to be making their own Sunday dinners soon for their own kids.
Of course, yeah.
So it's just nice how them things like come together.
if you could eat one meal for the rest of your life. Now I know you said you love roast, you love pie mash, but if you could have one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? Sticky one, because there's a lot of.
I think it would
Yeah.
be the sunshine chicken curry with the round chips that I have at Dino's Cafe.
Okay.
It is
Say that again. What is
the
it?
sunshine chicken curry with the round chips. It's basically a chicken curry.
Yeah.
But tomato-based chicken curry, quite spicy, with round chips. That is literally,
breakfast.
I normally have it at 5 in the morning. But it's just so nice. And like, I could have,
The posh would call it dough from wild potatoes.
yeah. They're just potatoes cut long ways instead of like, you know what I mean? That's all it is, yeah.
Nice.
Smashing. Dino's Cafe. Go down and have a whole of Dino's Cafe.
Yeah, that's it.
Do you actually eat like all that?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Do you?
Yeah,
So you'd have pie mash for breakfast?
Well, yeah, as a market trader, like we start work sort of because we go and buy our stock, or we go and pick our stock up 3, 4 in the morning, and we set up the stalls, and then we go and have a bit of breakfast.
Yeah.
Or if we're going out in the vans delivering, we sort of all meet in the cafe and have a bit of breakfast. And normally I'll give a little, right lads, today you're going out to Manchester, you're standing on that market, you're doing this, and all the boys have a little sort of get me out. And then one day we started filming them, and the rest is history really, because it sort of went viral.
Mental, yeah.
That's top graph. I know loads of people. We would we would all start our day and we'd go, bloody hell, Tom's kid has been awake for 3 hours. We only answered the phone.
Yeah, but I do finish early. We finish by about 2, 3 o'clock. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Start early, finish
Start early and get in the pub, have a couple of pints, and that's
Job
it.
done.
So obviously, that meal at Dino's Cafe being one meal that you'd eat the rest of your life. But what would you say is your favourite meal that you've ever had in your entire life? Because you've been to some places.
We're asking him a lot of similar but different.
There's a restaurant called Scott's in Mayfair, yeah? It's a fish restaurant. And I don't know if it's a particularly good dish or a bad dish, but when I go there, they do a Dover sole, and it's grilled.
Fish.
Yeah, and it's absolutely beautiful. And they do spinach in this buttery cream, and it's like, it just melts in your mouth.
Really?
And yeah, that, and they do these lovely creamy potatoes, dolphin wild potatoes with all the cream in them. And I think that is probably, because I don't probably have that once or twice a year, a bit of a treat going up there.
Yeah.
That is probably my favourite meal. It's just stunning.
Take the wife.
Take the wife, yeah. In fact, but I take the wife out there. But one of the last time I went in there, I went there in Ryland. That's the last time, yeah. Mate, it's really bizarre. We went in there, me, Kimberly, and Ryland went in there, and then we sat outside to have a drink of wine afterwards. And Christopher Biggins,
Yeah.
he just randomly walked up and was like, "Hello, Ryland." I was like, "Mate, what are you doing?" What?
Christopher Biggins.
It's mental.
Okay, last of the fast fire questions, and they haven't been very fast fire because we've
Sorry.
we've kept asking you extra
You're
questions.
too interesting of a person. Of course, for two things.
What's your ultimate midnight snack? You wake up, or you're in bed, you're watching telly with a missus.
Well, mate, it used to be sardines. Not sardines. It was sardines. Sardines, like actual sardines. No, not of a cat. Like, I'm past to supper. My wife has banned me from eating sardines because it stinks the ass out. Yeah, especially when you pan fry them. So I'm not allowed to do it anymore. But I do, mate. It's going to sound really weird. I do like Weetabix at like midnight. I'll have like 3 Weetabix, loads of honey, because I've actually learned that when you eat honey at night, it regulates your blood sugars. I don't know why.
Really?
I don't know why. Yeah, apparently if you eat honey at night, it's good. Like people who are diabetic, men have a spoonful of honey at midnight. Apparently, it's really good for them. I don't know how true that is, but I do it.
Yeah.
Worth giving it a go.
I'm an advocate for that as well. I think cereal isn't a breakfast thing. I think
No, cereal's a snack.
it's an evening meal,
Yeah.
like an evening treat.
Yeah.
Bowl of cocoa.
Smothered in honey.
Yeah, bowl of Cocoa Pops, mate, watching The Apprentice.
Keeps you full as well, the wheat and all that wheat.
That's it.
Keep you full. Hopefully you only have one bowl. Or 10. Lovely. This episode is sponsored by Lumberjack Seasonings and Sauces. Lumberjacks is all about cutting out preservatives and bringing that love of the outdoor cookout to the dining room table to get more families cooking up good times. Lumberjack Seasonings and Sauces can be used in all type of cooking, from your air fryer to the oven, slow cooker, and of course on the barbecue. So if you want to bring that wild flavour to your next cook, head on over to lumberjacksfood.com and grab some seasonings today. Or why not treat someone to their seasoning gift box? Lumberjacks has given today's audience an exclusive code of Cooking10 to get 10% off your order. Now back to the episode. Quick fire questions done. Right, so, I mean, Tom, we've selected a couple of questions to ask you. I mean, we could ask you like 100 different questions.
Yeah, where do we begin, really?
Yeah, literally.
You tell me.
Where do we begin? I think let's begin the reason why, what kick-started your career.
Yeah, how does a young lad driving around in his van doing markets from Essex manage to get himself in a position that you're in today?
I'd say so. It was my wife, or Sinead, my girlfriend at the time, bought a 10 per pillow for £95 when we was skint, and I was fuming, yeah? I was like, we spent 90... Bear in mind, I was selling pillows 2 for £5 down at Northfield Market. And I was like, why have you done that? Like, you're off your head. And then she was like, oh, yeah, but my mate's got one. And I was like, oh, all right. So, and I was buying pillows for £2.60 plus VAT and selling them at £5. It was like you nick basically a pound a pair, but you do 400 pairs on a Saturday, which was a good line. So I took this pillow out to the manufacturer and I said, mate, I can't believe she paid 95 quid for this pillow. But apparently everyone's buying them, these 10 per cloud pillows. So I went to my manufacturer, I went, see how much that cost him, mate? Well, he's got a knife out and cut it in half. I go, no, not a 95 quid pillow. And
was it your wife's pillow?
Yeah, it's my wife's one, yeah.
Mate, I bet she was ready to sack you.
We literally worked out he could make the pillow in a plastic bag with the insert and the same fabric for around £11. And I was like, that's unbelievable. Like, it's 95 quid, that's a good markup. So I said, well, let's get to work, let's get some made. So I got some made, and then I brought them down, went into a few shops, said there's 10 pillars or there's 20 pillars, said I'll come in next week. Once you sold them, went 25.
Oh, so you
went 20, went 25 quid each of them, doubling me money a bit more. And then by the end of it, I had like 30 or 40 shops, sort of, all doing 5, 10, some 20 pillars a week. So I was doing a chunk of pillars, and I thought, this is blinding. I'm getting good money here. And then at the same sort of time, I needed more money to get bigger, to get faster. And I didn't have the capital, but I was earning the money. So we was at my mum's house having a bit of dinner, and I was sitting in the kitchen, and my mum and Shada in the front room watching The Apprentice. And then right at the end, it says, have you got what it takes to be Lord Sugar's business partner? Now, I'm in the kitchen doing what I was probably eating now. I mean, I can't remember, it was so years ago. And Sinead, my mum was like, you've got to do it. So Sinead there and then filled out the form and sent it off them to go on The Apprentice.
Yeah.
The rest is history. I got set to go on the show, and then I kept on doing what I was doing, and then I went on the show, and it sort of went bananas from there. Like, we obviously sold a lot more pillars, and it was like I got asked to do these TV shows. I got asked to do, you know, my following started growing to hundreds of thousands, and I still carry on being me, really. Just nothing's really changed apart from I've got a nicer car. That's like I still like I'm being honest. Like,
well, I think that's the good thing, isn't it? Like, you've obviously, I think when you go on TV and you do these things, you know, it's similar to when, obviously on a much smaller scale, but
I mean, mate, you smashed it on there, by the way.
Thank you.
You two smashed it. Look at you now.
Yeah,
it's hard to look, because it happens in such a short space of time. It's hard to look back, isn't it, and go like, Christ, yeah, look what we have done.
But look, mate, like in life, I'm a great believer of opportunity comes to you. Don't matter what it is, you've got to give it a go. Because you could be 70-year-old sitting there in your armchair thinking, I wish I'd done that when I was a young man. I wish I'd tried that. At least if you try something in life, even if you fail, at least you had a go. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you keep on going. Even when you get up again, you get something will happen. Like, I'm a great, like, listen, I've been up and down so many times in my life. Like, I know what it's like to be absolutely skint, not have the rent money in the month. Yeah, I know what it's like to be doing well and be able to go on holiday and bits and pieces. So I think if you get something put your way, take it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the risk. Like, I've done things, even recently I've done things, well, I think I'm going to do that. I've been absolutely useless, but at least I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing.
I mean, look at us, watching The Apprentice in 2009, I'd never in a million years think, I'll be filming a podcast for you.
And by the way, I hope this...
We've done Tom Skinner.
And I hope this absolutely smashes it, this podcast. Good luck, because you're good boys, you two.
We touched on The Apprentice there. That's a huge thing that boosted your career. you had to sum up as a whole, what was it like to go on a show like that?
It was mental. Like, it was like going to jail, if I'm honest with you, because you turn up, they put you in a car, you don't know where you're going, they take your phone off you, you literally have like...
Is it genuinely real? Like, you live in
It's genuinely real. You're gone, and you can have one phone call a week, there's a 5-minute phone call.
Do you have to get ready in 10 minutes?
Yeah, but they
Really?
do. So that phone call in the morning is real. Yeah, that does happen. But the night before, one little like SP is the producers say the phone's going to ring at 4 a.m. tomorrow, guys. So some people do get up and start getting ready beforehand. Do you know what I mean? Like, especially the girls doing their makeup. Now, they're not going to get it done in 20 minutes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But where I was a market trader, like
It's off anyway.
my body's programmed to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's sometimes just annoying because I'd love a lay-in, but I can't.
Wish I had that problem.
Yeah. Jaydon's
Worse for waking up.
Jaydon's fully content now, yeah, with the fact that he's just he's not a morning person.
Well, some people are, some people ain't. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a great. I've got mates that like they don't get up till it, but they work nights. Like, it's just some people are, some people ain't. I'm just lucky, but then I will be in bed by 8 o'clock tonight.
I'll see. I'll be up to that.
Eating your cereal.
Probably
Yeah.
probably it's a Friday today, so I'll probably have a few beers before I go to bed. But
So since The Apprentice, you've obviously done other TV shows. You've done MasterChef.
Yeah.
You've then obviously recently done Strictly. What was those two programs like? What was that?
well, so before MasterChef, I didn't really cook a lot.
Okay.
I'd have a go at the odd thing, but I wasn't a cook. Then doing MasterChef, I actually fell in love with cooking.
Yeah.
So I realised you can make, like I'd done an escallop veal when I was on there. I never thought I'd be doing an escallop veal, and it made me become more adventurous with cooking. Now I'd say I probably cook 3 times a week. My wife will do the bulk of the cooking because of the kids, but I will cook 3 times a week, and it's always the roast dinner I'll always do.
Yeah.
You know, I'll have 1 week off every 2 months. When my missus would do one, but that's my buzz cooking that, and it's just made me sort of. You can throw anything together when you're cooking.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. It's like a bit of work. It's like you don't know what you're going to start with, but you got your ingredients. You're going to build something magical, and it's sort of try and error, innit?
Yeah.
And
for sure.
I've fallen in love with cooking with MasterChef, and I think that's what I found with that show was. And I got to the semi-final, I'd done well. I actually knocked out John Barnes, who's an absolute legend.
Yeah.
And I was gutted. I was like, oh no, I thought his chicken curry was better than mine. You know what I mean? And then I've obviously done Strictly Come Dancing. Didn't do well on Strictly Come Dancing, but it was again like I got the opportunity. I'm glad I've done it.
Yeah.
Because look, it's not a show that someone like me would do. In fact, they've never had anyone on that show like me before. I drive a van. Do you know what I mean? I'm not your normal.
You was
the realest person to have done.
I'm not your normal Strictly.
Well, you was
Strictly
dancing
person.
you was dancing in the doing all your sort of like routines and that with Amy, and then just getting in the van and going to work. Weren't you?
Exactly, and I'll tell you one thing. I was
Working in between.
I do. Yeah, actually.
Mate, do you know what's quite funny? I took Amy Dowden. By the way, Amy Dowden's one. She's overcome her battle with breast cancer. Absolutely wonderful lady.
She seems.
That's the best thing about doing Strictly was meeting her because I've got a friend in. Like, my kids love her. My wife loves her. We've got a friend in life with her. Yeah.
So nice.
And that's the best thing about doing Strictly is meeting her. And one morning I took her to Dino's Cafe. We put it on the. I took her at 6 a.m. She was like, "This is brilliant." Everyone's talking to her. No one knows what Strictly is in that cafe, by the way. It's just full of geezers going to work. They're like, "What's going on here, Tom?" Like, do you know what I mean? And we left because we put it on Instagram. The journalists and the paparazzi people would obviously picked up on this. So I said, on the way back in my van, Amy's sitting in the middle of my van with my mate. I said, "Oh, Amy, I've got a mattress customer on the way. I've got to drop a mattress off." And she was like, "What?" I was like, "We're going to do some dances." So I stopped off to drop a mattress off, and a pack followed us from the cafe, and he got a picture of me and my mate lifting a mattress out, going into someone's house. We jumped back in the van and went to the recording studio and started dancing. And then in the evening, I've got a notification. I'm in the man online. Tom Skinner delivers mattress. I'm thinking, what? How's that story?
Was she with you in the picture?
No, obviously she's in the van.
She's sat in the van. Hiding in the van.
Yeah.
But that all touches on what you said earlier, though. While these opportunities come at you, and you got to give them a blast, don't you?
Yeah.
And like, I mean, dancing skills aside, I think you was a good dancer. I think you was.
Oh, mate, listen, let's be honest. I shouldn't have gone out first, but that's another story for another day.
We will.
And I remember actually when he was on MasterChef, and when I was at college, I used to just get sent. Because at the time, well, obviously I watched The Apprentice, I knew who you were. And I used to get sent to me, do these
What is it? I don't get nervous.
That's it.
Mate, do you know, somewhere in my office, or I don't know where it is, I've got a little plaque for the most played video on TikTok is that meme.
It come up again the other day, and it had like 149,000 likes.
I don't know.
Going, it would say something that
It was shared. I've got the fact indoors. That meme has been shared by different accounts. I say it like 700,000 times.
It's
I mean,
mad.
played like 9 billion. It's so ridiculous. Like I've got a little plaque from 2022 saying, and I was like,
More plays on TikTok than most singles in music.
yes,
like, when you head just looking for the window, and every time going, I don't get nervous.
yeah. Like everyone used it on everything. Like they'll be like,
Oh, look at that top ups.
I'm okay. Do you want a drink?
I'm all right. I'll have a beer after this, but not on camera.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, mate. So
Thank you so much. Such lovely people in this pub.
everyone's nice round
Mate,
here.
I have to say, there's so much.
Nice, isn't it?
There's so much steak in this pie as well. It's like absolutely banging.
Literally. You've given some really a lot of valuable advice there. Obviously, in your career, you've had loads and loads of highs, some lows as well. Amongst all of that, and being a typical lad that's come from nothing in Essex, what gives you the drive and motivation to continue to do what you do, and most importantly, continue to motivate others?
Because a lot of people look up to you as like the working class, like man of the people.
That's not. Look, I know what it's like to be low, and listen, I've been low loads of times in my life, but I've always been that sort of rock with my mates. You know, like my mates always go, "Tom, you're always all right, you," and like, I'm not scared to say it. Listen, there's been times when I've not been all right, but I've always noticed that now I've got this platform, and I've got, you know, there's like 2 million followers over the free platform. It's crazy. We get over 100 million views a month on Instagram alone, like, and even more on X, Twitter, whatever it's called. It's crazy, and I noticed that doing my little motivation, all I want to do is just go, believe in yourself, go out, you can do it. Trust me, I'm walking, talking proof. Like, if you believe in something, just follow your dreams. Don't give up. Don't go home until you're proud. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. And you know, I've had messages, a lot of messages of people saying, look, I was ready to end it, and I've been watching this. Just one person saying that, it makes me emotional, and I'll never give up doing them, you know. And I get trolls all the time going, "Oh, you're this, you're that." Do you know what? If you can walk into a room full of people that actually know you, and they can go, "You know what? He's all right, him."
Yeah.
That's success.
Yeah.
Don't listen to all the noise online. I'll get loads of it, but I've realised that over the years, by being happy, people go, "No, I'm going to be that happy." No, mate, there are days when I don't want to get out of bed.
Yeah.
But I've got kids that rely on me. I've got a wife. I've got family. I've got bills. You know, I'm not just because I'm on a telly a couple of times a week or whatever doesn't mean I'm this multi-millionaire. I ain't. You know what I mean? And I just want to keep going for the people that can't get out of bed at the minute, that are struggling right now. Well, listen, don't you worry, because it might take a day, a week, a month, a year. It will get better if you do not give up. Don't let them win. You believe in yourself, and you can do fucking anything.
Yeah.
You must put it up, sorry. But you can do absolutely anything in life if you keep on going. And listen, every person, and I'm a true, is 10 times stronger than they could ever imagine.
Yeah.
They are. Like, there's been times when I thought, how am I going to do this? But you get your head down, you put yourself into it, and you do get there. You do get there. Like, and that's what I will never, ever, ever stop, because if one person wakes up and feels like ending it all, they watch that and go, do you know what? I can do it. That's it. Listen, and that's what I'm here to do, mate. That's it.
That makes me want to get off this chair.
Yeah.
I was like this. I was like, you said there about
just one thing.
You go.
And for the record, you are a person of your word, because we obviously first met you when we come and did the barbecue at your house and stuff, and obviously we told you about Dragon's Den and all that, and you was very, very quick to sort of post about us and almost use your platform to support us. And like, so you are like, you are the type of guy that will give people a leg up if you can.
It's all about, listen, like, in life I found you get out of life what you put in, and if you have good people around you and you look after people, and I've always tried to help anyone I can, like, I've always done that my whole life. And like, listen, you've got to support small businesses, you've got to support people around you. Like, people forget that the backbone of the UK isn't these big, massive companies like Tesco's or Amazon. Like, as much as they've done well, and big respect to them, but the backbone of the UK is the small independent businesses.
Yeah.
The one-man bands, you know, they're starting up. They're employing the local people. They're putting money into the local economy. They're paying taxes that are paying for the roads, the NHS, yeah? And like, entrepreneurial spirit is what I love because I've done it my whole life, and I know how hard it is.
You're speaking Jaydon's language now.
Yeah, but I know how hard it is. Like, it ain't easy. It ain't easy. Like, you've got to start a business now. You've got everything against you, and it's 10 times harder than what it was 10 years ago, and it's 20 times harder than it was 20 years ago. It's always going to get harder, but that's why I've done all right for myself. I'm not where I want to be in life, but I've done all right. My bills are paid. I live comfortably. I can go and have a pint whenever I want. Yeah, if I want to go on holiday, I can, and I've worked hard to get that place. But you need to support other people around you because if everyone's doing well around you, life's a lot better. Don't have it all for yourself. Share it out, and that's the best bit of advice I can give. You can be the greediest, richest person in the world, but if you've got no friends and no one wants to work because you're a bad person, that ain't no good. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah. And you spoke there earlier about like not listening to the noise, and like we have the same with our products. We hear the 1% that go,
They're the loudest.
tastes nice to me. This is all like for your case, like your road got those white yada yada. But because people are watching it on their phone and you don't see it, like it's whenever you post the screenshots of the messages that you receive, and I'm like, oh yeah, like people live in dark places and they genuinely rely on you, as Tom posted this video today, because that's what's going to get me out of bed. Like, especially because it's not as if like you're a big Hollywood star that's saying, go out, get out of bed, guys, go on, smash it. Like,
I'll be doing it from work, them videos.
Yeah, you're like boots on the ground, aren't you?
Yeah.
literally boots on the ground.
So I think we've already summarised this question, but in a sentence, if it all stopped tomorrow and you could be remembered for one thing
Oh yeah. This is my favourite question.
or one message, what would it be?
Don't go home until you're proud.
Love it. You need to start like selling some merch.
Yeah. Sport.
I've got enough going on. I can't even cope what I'm doing now.
Right, so Tom, you finish up here, you've had a couple of pints, you pop home, you've got the kids, the missus radiant. What are you cooking?
Well, it's Friday takeaway night, so tonight I'll be getting a takeaway Indian. I'll get a lamb dansak, lamb dansak, coconut rice, sagaloo, matar paneer, onion bhaji, and a keema naan. That's my order. I don't know what the rest of them have. Like, I didn't do that.
You like it?
I love vegan.
It sounds like Smithy's off Gavin and Stephen. Yeah. Have lamboona, prawn boona.
But my favourite thing to cook for the family, I've said it before, is the roast dinner. I also, do you know what? I'm into cod loins. I've done some nice cod loins the other day with some what's that? Orzo. You know, the pasta rice.
Yeah.
Orzo. Done it with some creme fraiche, onions, mushrooms. It was lovely. A little bit of chilli in there. Made it all up. Put the cod loins and loads of lemon over them. Whacked them on top, and that was a nice dish. Stunk the house out again. The wife is always down mad at me for cooking fish, but yeah,
It's like quite smelly.
yeah. I'm not in cod loins at the minute. They're getting expensive though.
Yeah.
We recently had a trip down to a place called Rockfish down in Brixham, because I never really used to eat fish as a topic. So we went down and had like a tour of like how they get the fish in, how they prepare it all, because they have like restaurants down there. And we cooked up with this massive like fish platter.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
mate.
was since then I've been eating fish like 2
Mate,
times.
fish makes strong. I love fish.
They do these. Do you like prawns?
Yeah.
They do these prawns that are imported in from Australia. They're like mini lobsters, mate. We'll get you some. We'll send you some.
Thank you very
They're
much.
absolutely massive. They are.
Thank
They'll
you
do that
very
with some
much.
garlic butter and lemon. Well,
Sounds lovely.
okay, so 2 questions left to go.
Let's smash them out.
If you could have a meal with one person in the world, dead or alive, who would it be, and why? Long pause.
I'm not sure because I've been asked this question before, and every time I've been asked it, I've had a different answer.
It's difficult, but you asked it me on the podcast before, and I was like, I can think of like one.
Apart from Brendon and Jaydon off Dragon's Den.
Done me here because there's so many I can think of.
You can pick a couple then.
The Queen.
The Queen.
The Queen.
Yeah. I think
I think you'd have to be the Queen, and I think I'd have to just sit there and just listen to her life story because that is unbelievable.
Yeah, I think when the Queen passed away, it was such like a.
I was in the Ivy at Liverpool Street,
Really?
having a shepherd's pie And I remember I was with my friend, we had a work meeting, I was sitting just about to tuck into it, and I heard her, and I looked round, and there's a group of women on the table, and she just started crying with the Queen's dead. And I've never seen so many people crying in a restaurant upset at the news. It was just one of the saddest days of history we've had, isn't it, really? Do you know what I mean? She was such an icon for the last 70, 80 years, you know? Like, yeah.
It was weird as well, because we always knew, obviously she was in the 80s, probably 90s, that's we all knew. That
It's inevitable, yeah.
But because she's been the longest reigning monarch, what does that even look like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
what's that? It was such a surreal day.
And how much does the dynamic change? Because we've relied on the Queen for so long as a country.
Yeah.
She's
I don't think it hasn't changed as worse as I thought.
No, it
was
isn't.
going to be like,
My son loved the coronation, mate. We had to throw a little. It was only 3, but we had to throw a little party with flags and that. He loved it.
Brilliant.
Right, to finish it off on a controversial one. So people love pineapple on pizza. I mean, I'm not even going to go into any more because it makes me feel sick. What's your controversial
Pineapple on pizza, mate.
Well, I used...
What's that about? I'm up for sticking the pizza on pineapple, mate.
On cheese, pepperoni, that's
Well, I used to have a burger van, a nighttime burger van at the end of Romford Market outside the Golden Lion pub, and it was for all the people going out to nightclubs. And I used to sell the Hawaiian burger, and it was.
Is there anything this van has?
Yeah. And it was
I've read his old book. Didn't realise about that.
Well,
Did you have the old thing on it?
I did have, and this is back in 2010, I think, 2010, and it opened up at 6 p.m. and we shut at 2 in the morning, and it was all the pissheads coming out buying burgers. It was brilliant, and bacon rolls, and the people working, security working the market having coffees, and because these days when the markets were a lot busier.
Yeah.
And like in towards winter time, you'd have like the fruit and veg people setting up as I was sort of closing down. And I done a Hawaiian burger. It was 2 quarter-pounders covered in cheese, then some bacon, then a ring of pineapple with some spicy sauce on top.
Nice.
And it was a bloody good seller.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a bloody good seller, yeah.
That's a controversial burger, then.
Yeah. And I think back then it was about £4. If you went in a burger like that, it'd be about £20.
£4. You couldn't find a burger for about
Right, Tom.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
True.
Thank you very much.
Mate, appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for talking us through the pie as well.
Let's finish it off, eh? We're finished now.
Grand, mate. Guys, at home, thank you so much for watching. This has been Cooking Up Good Times. We've had the great Tom Skinner today. We'll have to shout Bosh at some point. We are here to bring together food stories in video format for you guys at home.
Bosh. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for having us.
You need to eat one of them, bro.
Yeah, get one, man.
Got
Right, I'm going to have a fag because I'm melting.